and would be staying at home to study. I called them both irresponsible and they called me a spoiled brat. That night, my grandma and other members of the extended family were calling and sending me messages about the importance of helping family, and to understand that my sister doesn't have it easy being a single mom. I got mad and sent a message to the family group chat saying that they were right, helping family is important and we all should be supportive of my sister. I then proceeded to write a schedule in which all of us could take care of the baby. Because one aunt goes to visit grandma on Monday and Wednesday mornings, they could babysit those days. Eldest cousin and her siblings are at home Friday afternoons, well, they can babysit that time. And so on. I left Saturday mornings and Tuesday evenings as my time to babysit. My sister and my mom were very pleased with the arrangement. The other family? Not so much. And when someone pointed out that my sister didn't get the baby for a whole day, discussions about my sister being an irresponsible mother started. Of course my mom jumped in to defend the golden child. Update 1. Okay, a lot of things happened. Honestly, I'm still not in the mood to provide a full update. The main points are, my sister did try to impose the babysitting schedule I made and the family wasn't happy. Mom, sister and I had a big discussion, hurtful things were said on both ends and I'm currently staying with my BFF and his GF. The family is complaining non-stop and I'm feeling guilty because technically, I'm the one who caused this by creating the schedule in the first place. Maybe I should just suck it up, and I do really feel sorry for my nephew. All the family usually gets together on Sundays and this time, my grandma's eldest daughter's, mom's eldest sister, is coming from another state. This is kind of like a big thing since she's grandma's golden child and kind of like the leader of the family. I'm both hopeful and nervous. If someone can solve this, it's her, but at the same time I'm worried about her blaming me like everyone else. My relationship with my mom and sister was pretty good before my sister got pregnant. My sister and I always knew that she was more favored by our mom because they had more common interests, while it was the same case for me and my dad. This wasn't necessarily a bad thing, it was more of a if one of us wanted to visit a friend or in specific favor, we knew which parent to ask. We would actually team up sometimes to convince them of something, me appealing to dad and my sister to mom. Sadly, our dad passed away 5 years ago. He was an amazing father and we were absolutely heartbroken, but the one good thing that came out of it was that it helped us bond. Dad loved classical music and was really into IT and programming. I would go to concerts with him and he got me into gaming. After his passing, Mom began to buy tickets to classical concerts and the three of us would go together as a way to remember him. We also went to watch Super Mario movie because my dad would have loved to be there, so things going this bad makes me pretty sad. I work part-time at the kids' after-school academy. We tutor them subjects they find hard and help them do their homework and prepare for test. My freelance job is video/audio editing for my BFF and his GF. Both are streamers/content creators. I do one weekly video for her and 1 or 2 for him. Do I pay rent? No, I don't. Dad had a hard time with his family, and while my sister and I didn't know the details and are NC with them, we kind of imagine what went down. Dad left the house to Mom and made her promise to make it a safe place for us. They decided to accept us for paying rent as long as we cover for us expenses ourselves. Sister and I cover our groceries, cell phones, some services, and I pay part of their gas whenever they give me a ride because I don't have a car. Update 2. A lot of things happened and I'm finally in the mood to write the update, so here it goes. My sister did follow my schedule for babysitting that involved our extended family and well, they weren't happy. 2 days after my post she left my nephew with one of our aunts. Aunt, was meeting some friends for brunch and had to take baby with her. Baby was fussy and crying and she had to come home early. Aunt was understandably pissed off. I had agreed to babysit the next day and that's when things began going downhill. My nephew is used to be with me but this time he was very fussy and coughing and I thought something was odd. Mom wasn't home and I tried to call her but she didn't answer it until about 2 hours later. She came home, checked my nephew and he had a light fever. Of course, we called my sister and she blamed our aunt for taking out the baby. How dare she have a life while being forced to babysit? She accused our aunt in the family chat and a whole discussion blew up. Suddenly, my mom and sister remembered I was the one who involved the whole family with the babysitting schedule and then I was the one at fault. That was my breaking point. I ended up yelling my sister that she was negligent and a part-time mother for my nephew. Not my proudest moment and I immediately regretted it. My mother countered that if my dad, he passed away 5 years ago, listened to me, he would have been very disappointed me. That killed me because I was really close to him and he always put family above all. Still, I was mad so I said that I expected my sister to reimburse me the amount I took out from my college fund in full. Some info, when my sister and I were born, Dad and Mom set up a college fund for each of us. Dad always encouraged us to study and improve ourselves and when my nephew was born, I took $5,000 from my fund to start one for him to honor my dad, as I'm sure he would have done the same. After that, I packed the bags and left. I told my BFF what happened and he and his GF invited me to stay with them as long as I needed. I blocked my mother, sister and the rest of the family and spent the following days both avoiding them and worrying about my nephew. Last Friday, I received a call from an unknown number. It was one of my eldest aunt daughters. She and her family live in another state, so they mostly followed the drama from afar, and my cousin told me they were coming to visit and my aunt was going to have a serious chat with all of us.